Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Infinity Wars, The Infinity Warps, issue number 1 of 2. Oh dear God. This was fun. This was cute. There are 4 stories, and technically 3 stories, but also an introduction. Um, all of them were pretty fun. All right. Again, none of these matter. None of these are going to have any effect in the universe. None of these are required reading. According to C.B. Cebulski himself, you don't need to read these. I'm more than happy to give you what you need. But if you are interested in reading them, here's a little something extra to maybe tip the scales. Okay, so first off, we got Observer X is basically the Watcher and Professor X together. Jim Zub writes that. An artist called Flaviano. That's a bold ass name, man. Literally, like that's like a Madonna. You know what I'm saying? Or Prince. Like, wow, one name. Okay. Color artist Ruth Redman. The Terrific 2, also written by Jim Zub. Todd Nauck, Oscar Yildirim, and Scott Hanna. The color artist, for crying out loud, a whole bunch of them. Ruth Redman, Matt Yackey, and Chris O'Halloran. Basically, that's the Terrific 2 is basically the Fantastic Four, but all merged, warped, basically. So you got the Thing and Fantastic Four, who should hate themselves and always be punching and burning themselves in the face. I imagine like an Etten. And Jim Zub loves him some D&D, so I'm sure he'll get that reference at the very least. But then also you got Invisible Woman and Reed Richards in one. Green Widow is actually pretty cool also. Mariko Tamaki writes that, and Francisco Herrera does the art on all of that. And the last one is actually probably the best one. Moon Girl and Tippy Sore. Moon Squirrel and Tippy Sore, excuse me. Writer Ryan North, and I'm pretty sure he's been wanting to do the Moon Girl comic book for a while because he's on Squirrel Girl. Except, what do you call it? Amy Reeder and Brandon Monclair are the creators there, and although Amy Reeder doesn't do anything, Brandon Monclair still writes for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. But Nacha Bustos and Tamara Bonvillain are the artist and color artists on that comic. So Ryan North gets to write this, but Natasha and Tamara are drawing this. So, and coloring it, of course. So, well, this is probably the closest he's going to get until Brandon decides, you know what, I've had enough of Moon Girl, which I don't foresee that in the foreseeable future. But hey, man, Ryan North, great person to meet in person, by the way. Great, absolutely amazing human being. One of the very few people he's like an inch taller than me, and I actually don't mind too much that he's like standing in the same room as me. Usually it's like, hey man, us tall guys don't like to compete. So he's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess I am a little bit taller than you. Anyway, whatever. Amazing human being, absolutely great person to be around. Like, you could actually feel the energy level increase when you're in the room with this guy. But real talk, I would love to see him write for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur when Brandon Monclair is finished. Like when he just doesn't want to write for that stuff anymore. I would love to see Ryan North do that. Anyway, this is probably as close as he's going to get for a while. But it was still really good. This was fun, man. And this really felt like the Squirrel Girl aspect is here, of course. She's undefeated, but it's a little bit more than that. They actually go against this Doctor Doom Galactus. It's called Doomactus. And at first I thought it was Doctor Doom and Doctor Demonicus put together until I actually got my hands on the comic book. All the previews, just looking at the image really quick, I'm like, is that Dr. Demonicus? Wow. Talk about pulling somebody out of, nowhere. Fantastic Four history, dude. But no. It's a little different. Good story. Really good story. Honestly, that had to have been the highlight of it because I laughed during that one. That was really cool. And even the explanation at the end. He even made up a book. Volume 1 of Moon Squirrel and Tippy Sore, Moon's Landing. That's not a real book. That's not a real book. You can't buy that. Just so you guys aren't like, wait, this character existed before? No, this character did not exist before. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's it. This was fun. Again, you don't need it, but it was fun. It was fun. You just want a good, fun book. Literally, like this is one of those books. I didn't buy the physical copy. I bought the digital copy instead. But this is literally one of those books where I feel like if I did have the physical copy, I would roll this up and put this in my back pocket and, ride my bicycle up a hill and not anymore. I'm old now. But my point is, yeah, I'm not even worried about this comic book being a keepsake treasure. But this is one of those comic books you could just throw on the table. Whoever wants to read it and get a chuckle, worth it. Totally worth it, man. You guys all have a coffee table with comic books on them, right? Right? What do you use your silly putty for? All right, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.